Good. Hey you guys, my name's Elizabeth. I had the gastric bypass surgery by Dr. Cabrera May 25th of 2015. I weighed, before I did my pre-op, I was about 250. Then I did my pre-op and everything, and I got to the hospital and they were doing my labs. Whenever they do your labs, it is kind of different because they do use old techniques that like we used in the 90s. You know, like instead of just getting like a butterfly or instead of getting a tube to do your labs, they draw it out with a syringe. So it's just a little different. Complications. Well, by the time when I got on the scale, I was like 243 or 244. So I had lost a little bit from my pre-op. I was trying to like go and exercising and stuff, and just wasn't coming off. Or I was getting very discouraged. Like I was doing plexus and Atkins and all these other ones. So it was a little discouraging. So anyway, I went and I had the surgery. I felt mine. I guess with the gastric bypass, it's a little bit more intense. You know, I went with some other girls, and they were like, they had the sleeve, and it was like a mom, an aunt, and a daughter. And they all had the sleeve, and they were up and walking and just doing their thing, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta get up and walk. And I had to stay an extra, if you have the gastric bypass, you have to stay an extra night. It's longer than the 2 nights. Immediately get up and start walking. I really just let my anesthesia wear off, and then I got up and started walking. And the other girls were like, we've been walking, waiting on you. My experience with it was good. I mean, I wasn't scared. I really wasn't nervous. Even with the different lab techniques, you know, I worked for a doctor. And so I just know, I kind of notice little things like that. I wasn't scared about it, you know. Being a medical assistant in the U.S., you get trained to syringe draw labs like that. So that's one of the training technique tools.
How much have you lost? Sorry.
I weighed 110 pounds last month.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to gain a little bit of weight back.
Is it easy for you to do that?
Is it easy for me to do that? Yes and no, because yes it is, because I'm like trying to do like these little protein and bodybuilding little pouches that I get, and I'm kind of doing a little bit of Spark. You know, I don't know if you ever heard of it, but you know, a healthy weight for my size and my body type is about is about a 125. So I'm actually trying to get back up there. I go to the gym, I lift my weights, just, you know, when I first got out of surgery, I was ready. I was like, let's do it. And just don't strain yourself. Don't just immediately that month get out of the hospital and be like, I'm going to the gym. Because you could really hurt yourself. You can develop hernia, you can really hurt yourself. So I just kind of walked. I would talk to Prudence, and I would do what I had to do on my nutrition, my vitamins. I was still like doing like lean cuisines and stuff, and lightweight foods. And my PCP, my family doctor, was like, no. He was like, you just need to eat regular foods because of your nutrition level. Because when you have the gastric bypass, you do have a malnutrition. And there are symptoms or complications with any surgery, gallbladder removal, any surgery. So what I did was I actually did a lot of research on the bypass versus the sleeve. I spoke with surgeons, I spoke with people who have had both procedures. And, you know, you always think you're not going to fit in that 15%. Well, with the gastric bypass, you can develop ulcers. You develop these ulcers if you smoke cigarettes. So if anybody in here smokes cigarettes and you want a surgery, quit them now. I developed the ulcers, found out from my gastro doctor that I got these ulcers. I did it to myself because I had quit smoking before my procedure. I wanted this procedure. I quit smoking. I quit doing this. I quit doing that. Well, about 7 months or so after my procedure, I got stressed. I was just having financial stress, just, living life on life's terms stress, So I picked up a pack of cigarettes again. Developed ulcers. Brought it on myself. So it was highly recommended to me by an American surgeon. If you're going to have this bypass, do not smoke. So that's one thing. The vitamins, you have to take your vitamins. I suggest to find like a family care physician to do your blood work, any kind of CBC panels, which would just be like your thyroid or your blood count levels. Everybody else, like all the girls I went with that had the sleeve, they look better than I do. Like, I'm serious. And, but, it was a real learning experience because it is life-changing. People tell you, oh, it's life-changing. And you're like, okay. And that's how I was when people tell me that, but it really is. I really like when I get tacos or something, like I won't eat the flour tortilla. You know what I mean? Or like I won't eat the shell. Like I'll just like scoop out and just like make me like have my little salad. You get to a point to where you're used to this style of life, this way of life. I don't drink Cokes like that. Yeah, I used to love Cokes. He actually had a Diet Coke a minute ago, and we only had one straw, and I was like, I'm not drinking that Coke. I do not want any soda. Those do go away. I just encourage you to do your research on it, and any percentage that they say are a complication that say could happen. And I've referred a lot of friends to Dr. Cabrera at Mexico Bariatric, a lot of friends. And I've told them all, do your research, before you do this. And one of my friends, Stormy, she was like, I know, I get it, I'm gonna grow another head. I don't care. I'm doing the surgery. And I'm like, can you please just read about it before you do it, So anyway, that's all I have.
Can you still drink like wine?
I hear you. I personally, I'm a recovering alcoholic, so I don't drink it. But I will tell you this: my uncle had the same gastric bypass surgery a month before I did in the States, and I went to Tijuana. And he told me when he had half of his beer, he was like, I don't even need no more. He was like, I was good and gone. So I do know that much.
So that one, you drink a little bit, but when you used to drink way back then and to now, like 1 or 2 sips, it's like, woo, that's really,
Yeah. Did my skin go back to normal? That's a really good question. Did you know when I was doing my research on these procedures, okay, one of the things I was looking at was how my skin was going to look, because I was almost to like 250, 260 pounds, So what I did was, as I was preparing myself for the surgery, I would take small bites of my food. I did listen to everything they told me to do. I quit smoking. I did all this. One of the things they had told me to do was to put lotion. Do your lotion before you're having your surgery. Do your lotion. Lotion's good for your skin. Any kind of, skin softener. I did all that. My skin, it's kind of tightened back up, like at the top, you know what I mean? But my bottom has not. But that's just another thing with it.
Videos, people that's my size now, they have lots of skin.
Well, I was your size.
Well, I'm 3, I'm in 300.
I mean, I'm looking at you and I'm like, I'm seeing me. You know what I mean? And I mean, your skin will tighten up on some aspects of it. It really will. My arms have tightened up. I had stretch marks where I was fat under like some of my arms. My skin under my arm has tightened up. My skin on my belly has tightened up. When you start going to the gym and you get with your nutritionist, you start. I personally got with people who knew weights and got people who knew with what they were doing, and they helped me to tighten my skin and tone my muscle, and that will help you with your skin as well. And lotion, lots of it.
Thank you.